everyone. Today is a day for another new band to me, and well, let's find out if it's an old band, a new band, a little bit about the background, and then we'll listen. Breaking Benjamin is an American rock band from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, formed in 1999, so tending more towards new-ish. The band has commonly been noted for its formulaic hard rock tendencies, with angst-heavy lyrics, swelling choruses, and crunching guitars. Well, that sounds like... Well, my question then is, what do they mean by formulaic? Is it going to sound rather ordinary, or do they manage to do something fresh within this formulaic format? In the United States alone, the band has sold more than 19 million units and yielded 3 RIAA certified platinum records, 2 gold records, and several certified singles, including 3 multi-platinum, 3 platinum, and 6 gold. I Will Not Bow was released in August 2009 and debuted at number 40 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it the band's highest charting song and first and only top 40 hit on the chart. It has reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot Rock Songs and Hot Mainstream Rock Tracks charts, and number 5 on the Alternative Songs chart. AOL rated this song as the number 1 rock song of 2009. Okay, so formed in 1999, released in 2009, and it seems like, at least in that year, it was quite a big hit. If somebody, someone, something rated it as the number 1 rock song of the year. So, I'm trying to think back to 2009. What was going on in 2009? What was life like in 2009? How would this feel in 2009? I'm not sure I can quite place myself there, but let's listen to it. Okay, so I kind of understand what they mean by formulaic. It does feel like, okay, these are kind of standard musical sounds and lines and motifs. But I'll tell you what I like. Is I like this first line in the lyrics. Every time the verse comes, there's something incredibly beautiful about the melody here. Da, 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 da. It feels like it could be the beginning of something really, I don't know, it makes me want to listen and hear more and hear more. I'm a bit disappointed that I don't get to hear something that continues after that feels like it is continuing that musical thought. But it's so beautiful in its own way. I like the voice. I like the way he's singing it. I like the way the instruments kind of give a little space there. The guitars back off, the drums lighten up, and so the voice becomes the focal point, and this melody, da 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 da. simple rising line, but it makes me feel like when we get to the end, he's going to take a breath and continue with a sort of response to it, or develop it a bit further. It doesn't happen, but still it pulls me in. This is the third time it's come in the music, and it's still pulling me in every time I hear it come. That's more ordinary. And this sort of chorus, I will not bow, I will not break, I will shut the world away, I will not fall, I will not fade, I will take your breath away. That also has a very good sort of assertive, determined tone to it. I will not bow, I will not break, and it sounds kind of like someone standing their ground, maybe even pounding their fist a bit, stomping their foot a bit, been hit a bit, knocked over a bit, but they're determined to get back up on their feet. I will not bow. I will not break. This is not what I'm going to do here. Okay. Well, the one thing this music did is it kind of sent me towards paying attention to the lyrics. And so I want to look at these lyrics a little bit because I think they have something worthwhile to say to us. So the first word in this whole song is fall. Well, of course, the title is I Will Not Bow, but let's leave that aside for a minute. The first word is fall. And interestingly, when that first word was sung, kind of followed by the next line, now the dark begins to rise, save your breath, it's far from over. Somehow it got me thinking of autumn and thinking about, could this apply to a season? And could this be speaking of a season in time? Well, getting through the song, I decided that's not really what I was imagining it could have gone, but that's okay because there's another message here which I think is really important. So fall. Now the dark begins to rise. Save your breath, it's far from over. And then we get to this chorus. I will not bow, I will not break. I will shut the world away. I will not fall, I will not fade. I will take your breath away. And that's kind of the defiant cry. If you're knocking me down, if you're attacking me, if you're trying to destroy me, I am defiant against that. And I'm going to resist it to the end, and I will prevail. But immediately following is this word fall again. We could say that it's the whatever is causing this, whatever is attacking or causing this defiance to rise. But I see it as a bit of a commentary on this attitude. Again, watch the end through dying eyes. Now the dark is taking over. The lyrics are describing a sort of state and experience. But again, I will not bow. I will not break. I will shut the world away. I will not fall. I will not fade. I will take your breath away. And I'll survive paranoid. I have lost the will to change. And I am not proud, cold-blooded, fake. I will shut the world away. When we really think about what is really being said, and we get to the end of this song, and the last word is also fall. It's as if it's telling us that this attitude, which is a defiant attitude against attack, against difficulty, challenge, accident, whatever is causing this, whatever is making us feel like we're about to fall or we're being beaten down, to have this kind of attitude, unbending, unbreaking, is in itself a fall. It is the fall. To have lost the will to change, to survive paranoid, that's a kind of fall that is really undesirable, isn't it? So it's very easy when we're under stress, when we are perhaps being attacked, beaten. I mean, this is kind of feeling like maybe they're having a fist fight and somebody's gotten knocked down, but he's determined not to fall completely. He's going to get up and fight some more. But it's more than that. It's expressing the folly of this attitude. And yes, there is a sort of survivor's attitude, a winner's attitude, a refusal to remain down, a refusal to be crushed. And yet, if we take it to the point of brittleness, take it to the point of denial, I am not proud, cold-blooded fake. When I just said I have lost the will to change, I will shut the world away. It can be interpreted as a commentary, as identifying the folly, the error in this attitude. Well, of course, there are other ways of taking it too, but to me, that's what stood out most strongly. Of course, we could also take it as saying that I am not proud, cold-blooded fake, and I've lost the will to change, meaning I am not going to become proud and cold-blooded and fake. But still, to shut the world away, it's a bit generic. It's you can't really say that it's one way or the other. We could say that we're shutting out the bad influences of the world, but still, this idea of surviving paranoid, that line stands out to me as saying, this should be understood as a faulty attitude, as an attitude that actually causes us to fall, even if we never actually end up on the ground. It is the fall itself. And the line, I will not bow, that's the title. Well, what do we mean when we say, I will not bow? Well, of course, as I said, this can be taken two ways. It can be a survivor's manifesto. But it can also be the truth of this brittle attitude. I will not bow. Reminds me of the little Shaker song. To bow and to bend will not be ashamed. To turn. And then it finishes, to turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. And so we can take this song in many different ways, but I feel like that is the approach that to me is most meaningful and speaks most deeply to some of our very common faults in our attitudes. So, back to the music. I appreciate how the music itself brought me to focus on the words in this way. Even though there's nothing really jumping out to me other than that one line, and perhaps that one line is what really caught me and made me think, what is coming? And how then is what's being expressed in the lyrics being conveyed with the music? So an interesting listening experience for a new-ish band that was breaking Benjamin's I Will Not Bow. And I appreciated it and the ideas that came to mind as I listened to it. So let's see what comes next, and I'll see you soon.